Welcome to tonight's video, daily and weekly charts, bullish and bear breaks. I don't know that this video is going to do anybody any good. You can't invest in anything. This is more for swing trading. You can find the stocks that went into the bullish or bearish break territory. When we're kind of consolidating, you catch those stocks breaking out and breaking down. Today, just run you a list, pretty easy to do. Great for day trading. Biggest day I ever had. But for trying to invest or even guessing at getting in some kind of swing trade and even option trading, I know with the volatility, the premiums are so high right now. So I don't really know what you do with the list, but here it is. Here's our review of the markets. We gapped up this morning. This big day we had yesterday. And we went to selling off pretty quickly after that peak real fast. This is where we opened a little peak straight back down. We'll look at the futures and kind of see how that played out there. There's a 10-minute chart. This is where your day began. Got that little run up into 1 o'clock, and then we started fading away. On the SPY, same kind of exact picture. Take a look at the daily. Back to the 200 day, almost on the SPY. And the SP 500 actually reached in there and touched that trend line today. I thought. I got some kind of trend line keeps going off every day. We didn't touch the trend line yet. And remember, that trend line was actually drawn on a weekly. Oh, it's this trend line, the one I drew to begin with. I knew something kept. I've been getting alerts all day and yesterday too. When we were in this zone down here, this was the first weekly I drew when we first went down. I just left it there. So we're toying with that one. I'm going to take that off my chart, which it will keep alerting even if I take it off. Let's see if I can move it. I do not want to. Wrong one. I knew I was going to do that. This is the main one now. Got the 50-week down below this. This is the one drawn off the last low we had. We did not touch that. We got an inside week going, of course, when we get back on the daily. Pretty engulfing day today. And when we gapped up this morning, I thought we might go up and test this and then come back down before it was over with. But we're back down here now, so maybe we test the 200 again tomorrow, and that'll satisfy them. If we gap down below this line, most likely things are going to happen. We're going to run up, hit it, and reject. I need to redraw this line here on the 200, 28, 25, 87, 25. And put an alert on it because that is our 200 day. That'll be in play tomorrow. Hopefully from the top side we'll hit it, maybe bounce off and head back up or hold in this range. Best thing the market could do right now is just stay in this area. If we gap down below this trend line, this is not going to be good. This is just a smaller time frame futures chart that kind of followed today's action. We started out up here, drifted down. Futures were up pre-market. We drifted down in the early morning, and by 10:30 we got that one little rise. Kind of chopped around, thought we might hold it here, and then at 1:39 when the futures shifted and about that way on the stock market. Here's your AD lines. And this is what I watch when I'm day trading right now, especially. I want to trade with the market. This was that early midday rise here between 10:30 and 12. I just have my bars going back far enough here. And this is about 1:15 when the AD lines roll back over. And that's right where this happened right here. This is a much bigger time frame. To me, this sets my pace. This is my little intermediate action, what's going on. And I'm going to watch the smaller time frame against this chart. these little rises right here, when I go green, 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 I'm tapping this wall right here. And this is exactly how we trade stocks off of our trend shift pivot line. We want to hold that line, and if we get in a trade based on that line, that's what you want to hold. This is a even bigger picture. We had the big fall off early, chopped around sideways, same thing right in here. We got that run. We even got a run on this. That really gave me some hope in the market. And then we started fading here, and then this followed suit. Once I take out that line, I'm pretty sure I'm going red. And that was this was a bigger time frame. So when this come on down here, that was catching up probably up here. And then just every step of the way the rest of the day, that painted the picture. And everything just kept getting stronger and stronger and stronger to the downside. Biggest one day I ever had. And I got out of stocks $10 too soon. Let's see what we got here. Few weekly bears. No bulls, of course. Oh, we got a bull. Got an energy company here. Broke into bull zone territory on the weekly. I think this was here yesterday. Still held there. Up $1.16 today. No bulls on the daily. And a whole passel here on the bear dailies. I want to just ease these down. Let you go ahead and pause the video. Get yourself a look. You can see which ones are profitable the least amount. Then that's the ones that are still trying to break deeper. Some of them, like Amgen and so forth, broke into even deeper territory today. Slide that down, let you get a good look. I had a long watch list this morning. I'm not sure I traded any of those stocks all day long. They were the ones that hadn't run so far yesterday, and I thought, well, if we go up again, I'll get the laggards that were poised to go up, and they all just sat sideways. They didn't do anything, go up or down really. A few did, of course, late in the day. So I already had a lot of those on the charts. Facebook, first thing this morning, I said just look to short Facebook, and got some good trades out of that. Nvidia was a wonderful half my day I made off Nvidia, and that's the one I got out $10 too soon. Still pulled a little over $5 out in a single trade, and that was middle of the day. Didn't get in a rush. I sit back and I just wait on my charts to tell me when the timing's right, and just trying to zone them all in together. Short time frames and long time frames, and I try to trade the prevailing trend. The bigger trends down, then I look for the bounce against the bigger trend, just like we were looking on those AD lines. That's the bear look. We'll get you that recap grid up here and get out of here. It's our new shorter format video. You don't even need to watch the last 15 minutes. Those are tutorials on the recap sheets and the charts. If you need the tutorial on the charts or about what the graphs mean in the recap with the yellow and red and green lines on the watch list, go over to 9 minutes before the end of this video, and there's a complete tutorial about the recap grids and about the charts. That's the last part of the video. That's where you'll find the subscribe window, and right after that is where the tutorials are. It's the last 9 minutes of the video. If you're already familiar with that, you don't need to watch when you get to that point. And that's where this subscribe screen will appear right before the tutorial. Be sure to watch our new video series, Swing Trading Watch List, Calls in Action, with charts right off our STS Pivot System charting package. Many charts as they progress through the factors, and you'll be able to pick up on some trades many days ahead of what the bull and bear zone breaks show on the swing trade list. you'll see charts like this that triggered a short back on the 19th and gave this retracement alert that we traded today on the 21st with the price to re-enter the trade right on the chart, red zone retracement. You'll find out more about that right after the recap grids. We got a section there we're going to tell you about that. There's your one chart there on the daily and the weekly. A few of these that came in on the breakouts yesterday kind of held their own all day, and many of course went down with the market. Most went down with the market. Hadn't looked at this stock in a while. There was plenty out there to trade today. I didn't have to do much looking. That gives you a clean look at all those, and we'll get those bears up here. Don't forget to watch our calls in action video. We're kind of feeling our way through that. Just mostly been sharing real quickly some of our charts off of STS pivot system, like this Tesla that triggered at 295 this morning. And every time, this is a big time frame. This is a 100 factor, big chart, big factor, big sell-off. Broke down 295. It went much lower than this. We took this picture at about let's see if I can tell you exactly when it was. No, I can't tell you what time I made it. It was after 2. It went out a lot lower. This is just showing one of our retracements. We got this retracement here. We usually teach about 4 to 5 factors, and that's about what that was. Bounce from 287 area back up in the 292, about a 5 factor bounce right into our pivot line to set up our retracement alert, red zone retracement. Puts the price on the chart. That's about where it triggered. Right there is what I was showing on this. About $8 off of that down here, and it kept going. Overall, this had already fell just from this big alert. We had alerts way before that up here on the shorter time frame, but the big factor was here, and that alone was ended up being a $15 setup there. I never traded this. Boeing gave some huge moves all day. It was always a little spready for me. I didn't trade it. Nvidia was my biggest single trade of the day, and then we had several other got in there with it. Some Facebook a couple of times. Facebook just kept watching for these retracements, and because it held the line almost every time. Our bear recap. We already went down the big list to begin another video for you here. This is your weeklies. You can't see hardly what you have to look real hard before you can see it good. Weekly bear break. TC2000's got this new version they came out with about a year ago. I hate the way they do the price right here. Used to, or not the price, the name of the scan used to be right here, the big, that's what you could see the most of. They put the symbol list out that you're scanning. Nobody cares about what symbol list they're scanning. They already know what they're scanning. But the name of they wasn't even showing the name of the scan to begin with. They did fix that within a week or two after this thing first released about a year ago. It's got a lot of great improvements, but that alone, and I like to swap back and forth between my scanners and my tabs that have my scanners in them. I have to look too hard to find what I'm trying to look for, which I'm not really scanning these days. I pretty much go right with my charts. I do this little scan. I'm not scanning much intraday. I still use my TC2000 every day. I love the charts. I love the alerts. I come in and pick out slide this down when you get this view in here while I'm talking. I come in and do some scans and pick out some stocks and set up my watch list, and then I put them over on my Ninja charts, and that's what I sold. 100%. All I trade off of. I got committed to working 2 trades and 2 trades only long, 2 trades only short, and that's all I do. And then that developed into our charting system, and I exclusively trade that. I trade 100% off of it, and that's all I trade, the only setups I look at. Slide this a little more, see if we can get some of these up in your view as well. big list here, 92 stocks from 3 days ago, and you can see the ones that are still moving very well. That's a $10 day right here on this stock today. Finish taking a look at these. Big list to look at. Remember, the yellow is still strengthened at a high level of power to the direction of the trade, still below the newly calculated bear zones. The ones that don't have the check boxes are slowing down. They may speed up again tomorrow. If they still got the yellow bar, they might have just had a rest day, and they may come right back into the next day. The fact that the trend stability is not there just means they bounced this morning and then sold off again. Goldman Sachs down $7. There's so much to trade out there today. You just need, all you got to do is find something to focus on. I don't even have Goldman on a chart today. What I had gave me more than I needed to trade. Last look there. Get this on down. Remember, just pause the video and you can take a good close look at what's on these lists. When the markets are calm, these are breaking out of consolidation. These can set up for multi-day trades right now. As I said in the beginning of the video, I don't know what you're going to do with these lists anyway. Everything's going so crazy right now. You don't want to chase anything. They're not breaking out of consolidation. And nobody really knows what the market's going to do. So I'm just trading what every day brings, and that's all I usually do anyway. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Be sure to watch our new video series, Swing Trading Watch List, Calls in Action, with charts right off the STS Pivot System charting package, where we'll be viewing some trades as they progress and reviewing the status of them, and you may can pick up some trades many days ahead of these bull and bear break, as you heard us speak about in previous videos. Be looking at STS Pivot System charts that'll show you this break right here on Facebook that occurred. Ended up being a $9 run, and then again as it got here, it gave another alert to break down here, and then it triggered here for this short for another $2 run. This is how our pivot system charting package looked early in the morning before 10 o'clock. Between 9:45 and 10, this triggered at this price, and before it triggered, when you see this little box right here, it indicates that this box was present, giving you the exact trigger price of that long watch alert. This stock proceeded to go from below 165 all the way up to $173, and all along the way our pivot system charting package kept you in the trade. It never said get out. It never crossed below the line enough to turn it back red, and when it does approach these lines, we use this as well. You do not see any predictions of a reversal yet, and if you don't see the predictions as it pulls back, the trend is really still strong enough that we're going to give a retracement off of this level, and that's where this little box comes in. The trend retracement level, the entry price is right here. This stands for green zone retracement. We're in our green zone. We retrace, and when this occurs, it's when you look here for your entry price, which would have given you the price here and here for these next moves up if you wanted to take intraday trades. Also notice right here at this point in time, about 1:30, as it broke down through the line, it's still saying don't go short. It's predicting the short trigger at 170.95. That's what this little box goes down. This box appears and you have a price. As that price progressed back up, It actually triggered at 121.20 to turn it into red zone. It chopped around here for a bit and then sold off, ended up being over a $2 move. As soon as this box disappears, for either it's no longer a prediction or it is triggered and turns it green to red, this line appears on the chart with the exact price that triggered this and a little trend line. You can even show this big box at the same time if you want to. You got the option to turn that on or off. So it was predicting here, it triggered way over here, and then there's your trade. By waiting on the trigger, you didn't get in early over here. These videos are also going to show you what's set up similar to this. This was breaking down at the time it gave the price in the box, as indicated by this little indicator. There was a box here. Gave you the price ahead of time. This is our favorite trade setup. We fade the green, we go back near to visit, and then we come back and trigger. We lock the retracement first. We triggered at 122.53. This ended up being about $1.50 move down. It actually went lower than this, on down below 121 before it started back up. Well, this was intraday on the 21st at 12:10 p.m. when this triggered. All this was a retracement off of this chart on the bigger factor that was setting up the swing trade setup on a 50 factor chart. This had triggered here on the 19th at 12:44, and it's still right on the chart now live because it's never switched back off from red to green. So this stays on that chart until that happens. So 121.85 was the trigger, the retracement. This was 2 days ago, retraced the next day, and this was where it was at. On the 20th, I actually put this on watch because I'm looking for it to come back down. I had myself an alert that what was going to trigger using this price, red zone retracement, as it was sitting up here. I noted this price off the chart at that time and did myself an alert. So when my alert went off today, I go straight to the chart that we looked at on the shorter time frame. I was in a downtrend, so I was trend trading. I was trading this retracement alert, and I was aware of it. I kind of picked up on this, so you can pick up these type setups the day before that they happen. The charts interact, so the run up, the retracement on the 50 was green on the 25. You interact the two charts together, you already know you're in a downtrend on the bigger factor, and you've got to set up for continuation trade on that bigger factor, which makes this that much more stronger. You can go over to stspivotsystems.com and find out how you can subscribe to this charting system. Be sure to subscribe to our channel while you're here, and follow us on Twitter, and follow us on StockSwitch, and go over to daytradersetups.com, click on Ninja 8 charting, and you can learn more about our STS pivot system charting package. Thanks for watching. This is a tutorial on our recap sheet. What you will see here is this column here is the weekly list. It's at the beginning on the weekly bear and bull breaks, the daily bull breaks and bears, depending on which one we're looking at, and then you will have 5 days following. First day, second, third, fourth, fifth. So what's here today will be here tomorrow. We'll shift over to here, then to here, then to here. So you got 5 days you can go back and look. The price here, you got the bulls on trigger price, 36.80. This is the price of the profit since this alert. This is the net change on the stock for today. So tomorrow, when this shifts over here, this number will be the same where we triggered it at. That number will stay in here for 4 days. The profit will be shown based on the current price of the stock in the day compared to this price on the alert. Like for instance on this stock, $3.48 profit from this break based on this close price, up 92 cents today. This number is the profit at the high since we alerted it. It's the most profitable it's been. It got up to $4.27 profit, pulled back, closed at $3.48. As you go on over, like this stock here, SMTC, this was the break. This is the profit so far since the first day, $5.61 4 days later, and at the peak it was $6.31 profit. That's what these columns mean. The next part you'll find is this yellow line. It represents what I'm going to show you over here in just a moment, momentum. It can be on a bull or bearish chart. And then trend stability, if it's green, it represents on the bulls, and the bears will show a red line for trend stability. The last part you'll want to know about, there's these check marks. They represent the bull zone as it progresses higher. Could be the same as yesterday. Down here, this could be the bull zone that's gotten higher and higher and higher as this stock went along, and it means it's still maintaining the bull zone levels. Even the new ones, it's staying above them. This is what the bear grid looks like. Looks the very same. You got the weekly, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day. So you got a chance to see the stability of the trade. You know if it was up or down today after it went in a bear zone the day before. The stability, the momentum, and the bear zone level with the check mark. In the video, we will take this page and we will slide these up and down so you have a chance to pause the video and see every single stock that's in the list. Then we'll move it up where you can see these items, and you can pause the video, and then you can see every single symbol in the list. You can go to your charts and look up what's going on. So that's what's in each one of these grids. The current day, day before, day before, day before, day before. So going back 4 days, you got your weekly there. And all this is right here is something I prepare for myself. I take this day, and this day, combine them into this watch list every day, and that's what I carry forward over to my scanners. And just a quick part about what we mean by these levels changing. This is the bull zone level that the check mark represents, the stock staying above. But the bull zone level when this stock broke out was way down here. This was the first breakout, and then as it recalculated our bull zone, that's what the green check mark means, is it's maintaining momentum. The yellow line represents this line that is our minimum momentum indicator used on down or up trades, and then our bull zone levels where it first broke out. And that's all these mean. Trend stability, this is a line we use here, and we come in and we call it trend stability, and that's what this represents here. This line is solid green rather than dotted. It's something we look at on the lows of the day, not being low enough for us not to qualify for trend stability. So that's all these columns mean. So you'll be able to refer to the strength of the stock, that is maintaining high enough lows to stay trend stable, what the profit is if you're staying above the bull zone. That's how you'll use this, and that's your tutorial on the grids. This is a mini tutorial on what the lines mean on my charts if you're a first-time viewer or been a while since you viewed. We're scanning on weekly and daily charts for my condition. When this green line is up, it's my bull zone, and when the red line is up, it's my bear zone. You need to be aware of support and resistance lines and what charts do at levels, and that's what these levels are for. Just quickly as I can do this, and we're going to put a video on YouTube getting more from your swing trading charts that'll be more detailed and look at more stocks, how they react to these lines. But the gist of what you see here is this is what I'm scanning for, and as you can see here, this showed up in the bear zone. It did go down for a few days, but these green lines are support, and that's why it fought for a few days, tried to bounce back up, headed back down again, came right back into the bull zone, bear zone, and continued on down. Now the lines, here's what they represent. A green line is a place that a stock went up to and rejected. So as this green line redrew itself every time we made highs right here, and then it stayed across here for reference points, continues the same line here for reference points. Resistance, when you get above it, becomes support. This green line was drawn way back in the history, and when this stock broke above this resistance level, when it came back down, it held it, it held it, it held it, it tested it and held it again and again. That was support. That's why I want you to be aware of what these lines mean, and you'll see them on my charts. And then the activity that stocks do, sometimes they go, that's my first target, that's my second target. Many times stocks go target 1, pull back a little, target 2, then they may pull all the way back to 1 and go again if they're continuing an uptrend. In this case, it did the pull back. This blue line is a 50 period moving average. This orange line is a 200. So that's what I want you to be aware of as well. And then I have a pivot system that consists of this blue line at the top, yellow line at the bottom, and my target 1 and target 2. You'll see this particular day this stock gapped down, huge gap down, open way down here. The low on this stock was 169.68. I'm getting that right out of this box over here. And the value of that yellow line was 169.67. Within 1 cent, it held that line and bounced that day for a huge bounce. It's not a support level, but it's where I look for stocks to try to hold. It's where I look, if I'm short, say from here, this is where I'm looking to get out. I'm looking to move 2 levels, target 1, target 2, going up, target 1, target 2. The pink lines all represent places the stock has gone down to and bounced. This pink line is referencing this last pivot low. So as you're selling down into it, it may bounce again. If you get below it, then it becomes resistance. And that's all these lines mean. I just want you to know what they mean going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Let's get started.